Yes, life after Note 7 hasn't been easy for Samsung, and from the looks of it, it seems as if S7 Edge will most likely bear the load in the weeks and months to come. With sales halted for the Note 7, can the S7 Edge take over where Note 7 left off? Let's find out in my full review of the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge after 6 months. If there is any phone which can match the Note 7 in looks, then it has to be the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. It shares the same dual curved edges and has exactly the same looks as the Galaxy Note 7. So if you have switched off your Note 7, then maybe it's time to turn on the Galaxy S7 Edge. The phone, even after 6 months, hasn't lost its charm in my hands. It's still very easy to hold and light in weight. One-handed users, of course, will be slightly disappointed, but then this phone is not made for one-hand use. However, the option of adjusting size of the keyboard, like always, is still present should you wish to choose. IP68 rating works brilliantly and it resists water like a champion. I found it very compelling to use during rainy days and I've had no issues at all whatsoever. The speaker gets wet and muffled, yes, but regains the sound after a few minutes once it's dried up. All in all, it's a well-built, solid smartphone which is bound to last for many years to come. If anyone knows how to make world-class smartphone displays, then it has to be Samsung. Their Super AMOLED technology has come a long way over the years. The display on the S7 Edge is nothing short of outstanding. Colors are punchy, contrast levels are excellent, and it's a sheer pleasure to experience the Quad HD Super AMOLED panel on the Galaxy S7 Edge. Whether you're watching movies, surfing the web, or playing games, the experience is top-notch and the best you can have on a smartphone in 2016. The fingerprint scanner on offer is definitely not the fastest anymore, now that we have better, faster ones in the market, like for instance the excellent offering from Google Pixel. And I also don't like the push button system to activate it. However, when it does come on, it works accurately apart from the occasional glitch here and there. Don't get me wrong, as it's still among the very best scanners of 2016, but just not the best anymore. The Galaxy S7 Edge actually has exactly the same amount of megapixels as on the former Galaxy Note 7. The 12 megapixel sensor has the same dual pixel tech as used in many modern DSLRs. This results in lightning fast focus speeds. This is the best autofocus I've ever seen on a smartphone, and the only phone that matches these focusing speeds is the newly released Google Pixel. It's fast, almost instant, and moving from one focus point to another doesn't stump the sensor and cause jarring like on so many competing devices. However, recording at 60 FPS, the focus speeds lose the edge. It refuses to focus instantly and takes its time moving between focusing points. So for you to enjoy the fast focus speeds, I'm afraid it's only possible at 30 FPS. 4K recording is smooth as well, however optical image stabilization doesn't get employed and is only limited to 1080p. Exynos 8890 has been the most impressive chipset this year as far as benchmarking is concerned. It has topped every chart that you will find on the internet. It's even giving the Snapdragon 821 a run for its money in some tests as shown by LBS and many other YouTubers. However, that being said, what really matters is the real day-to-day performance. And yes, I know what you guys want to hear. Jay, is it any good or has it gone down over the last 6 months? Well, I'm happy to report that performance is still top-notch. There is a reason why Samsung chose to use the same Exynos 8890 and 4GB of RAM on the Note 7, as it still has the performance to beat and is definitely capable of handling anything you throw at it. From the very high-end games like Nova 3 to the very basic game like Subway Surfer, I've had no issues with performance whatsoever. UI speed remains top-notch, with Samsung releasing several updates since its launch. The occasional stutter does come up, and yes, I'm not going to lie about it, but that's hardly noticeable and more than 90% of consumers will absolutely have nothing to complain about. So in my opinion, the S7 Edge still remains among the very best smartphones of 2016 and is more than capable of giving us a performance that easily matches the performance of the late Galaxy Note 7. With the huge 3600 mAh battery inside, the S7 Edge was always destined for great battery life. This unit is even bigger than the 3500 mAh unit supplied in the former Galaxy Note 7. During my earlier months with the S7 Edge, I was easily getting over 6 hours of screen on time. However, in recent months and after several OTA updates, I must admit the battery life, despite still being good, is not what it used to be. I only get now around 4.5 to 5 hours of screen on time. This is by no means bad, but definitely not class leading like in the past. For most people, however, it is still good enough and should last you a working day. So the question remains, Can the S7 Edge replace your late Galaxy Note 7? I would say yes and no. With no stylus on the S7 Edge, it definitely cannot do certain things that Note 7 very easily could. However, that being said, with the same basic core elements like dual curved edges, Exynos 8890 octa-core, 4 gigs of RAM, Quad HD screen, 12 megapixel dual pixel camera, and bigger battery, this is the closest you can get to the Galaxy Note 7. With the Galaxy S8 only a few months away, the tides will definitely change at Samsung, but the legacy of the S7 Edge will remain to exist for a good few years to come. Please like, share and subscribe guys, and I shall see you in the next one.